Hello my angels, welcome to Dolly's Digest. This video is a monthly video I'm going to do at the end of every month to go back on what I've done, what's been happening in the wonderful life of Dolly at the end of, as I said, at the end of every month. So as we are in August, I am going to just recap on what's happened with me, the boys, Steve, Jordan, Josh, Joe, the dog. Nothing's happened with Des. I don't think so. No. Anyway, so yeah, Dolly's Digest. So to start off with, at the beginning of the month, I received a very important phone call. I don't know if I put it out there, but I have gallstones. I think it was a year ago, and I'm sure somewhere on the screen Steve will correct me if I'm wrong, because I am terrible with dates. I'm really bad. I had what I thought was really bad indigestion. As it wasn't. It was a gallstone, quite a large one. Because of that though, I was overweight. Well, morbidly. I don't know how you say the word. Morbidly obese, that's it, that's the one. So I'm not afraid to put it out there, I was 17 stone 4 pounds, which I'm somewhere, again Steve will put on the screen how much that is in pounds, because I know that US are different to the UK. And they basically said to me that because I live in Nottinghamshire, that I would have to have bariatric care, which is if you're overweight. They couldn't do it at my local hospital because your BMI had to be a certain amount. I think it was 30, under 35, they would do the surgery at my local hospital. So because of that, me being in Nottinghamshire, I've had to go to Birmingham, which is quite a trip as itself. So I then was suggested to go on a diet and tried to do it through my GP, and that didn't work, I'm sorry to say. They just, I tried to reach out to them and they were just not helpful in any way. So I went to Weight Watchers, I'll put it out there, and I have now just lost over 4 stone. And when I received the phone call from Birmingham Hospital, they were like, when you came to us, your BMI was 47. I gave them the weight that I was, because the day that they phoned was actually my weigh day. I do it at home. I don't go to any groups. I've done this all at home on my own, just using the Weight Watchers app. And they said that my BMI went from 47 to 33.5. So they were absolutely thrilled by that, and then said, oh, you know, now you're on the waiting list. So they're saying that it should be about 2 months, under 2 months, and I'll get my surgery date. The one thing I'm not looking forward to is they're giving me like a really low fat diet to basically shrink my liver, because I don't know if you know that your liver's here, your gallbladder's underneath, and for them to do it keyhole, they need to like shift the liver out the way. And so because of that, to get to the gallbladder, because they're actually removing my gallbladder, so to shift the liver out the way, they need to kind of shrink it a little bit. And so I'm on this really low, apparently, to what I've read up, and I've gone on the NHS website, not, you know, the one that always says that you've got cancer at the end of it. You know, if you've got a headache, you've got cancer. I can't remember, WebMD I think it is, or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm on that for about a fortnight, and to what I've read up, you could lose, you possibly could lose up to 2 stone in a fortnight. So obviously this is just to shrink the liver. This isn't a continuous thing that I'm going to carry on either, because I think it's just like milk based and you can only have fruit and 1 meal a day. So yeah, I do like food, I do, but that's going to be a bit of a struggle. So I'm pleased that I'm able to have my surgery. I think I've been waiting over a year now. I've had this condition over a year, and obviously depending on what I eat, I have then a gallbladder attack or gallstone attack. Not very nice. Can last up to like 7-8 hours. and I'm one of these, you know, I'm a mum of three, I'm one of these, I'll get on with it, and you know, I'll take the pain relief. But the only problem is I'm on cocodamol, and it makes me very groggy, and I'll relay into something else. It's hard then to look after the boys when I'm the only driver in the household, so if we're needing to go out, I can't drive. So hopefully when I have the surgery, all this will be over and done with, which I'm happy about. And being organised, I have actually, because you are a day patient, but the last surgery I had with my CSP, which is the cesarean scalp-topic pregnancy I didn't recover well from surgery. I had my blood pressure really dropped. I was given like five or seven bags of fluid, and they were really concerned. I was kept in recovery for about 7 hours because my blood pressure was so bad. So I am packing, even though I'm only a day patient, I am packing an overnight bag just in case. So I have started doing that. I've brought myself some new slippers, I've got some pajamas, I've got a dressing gown. I've brought myself a coming out outfit, because I know that where, even though it's keyhole, they do, I think there's 3 insertions you have on your tummy, and so I want something loose and comfortable for when I come out with. I don't want to put jeans on if I've got little scars anywhere. So that's a good thing. I'm happy about that. Also, Josh had an appointment with the the learning disability team. I have spoken to Josh about this, and he doesn't mind me putting it out there. So I have gained his consent. Just a bit of backstory. I did mention before that my boys, all 3 of them, have got learning problems, ranging from ADHD. They're all on the autistic spectrum. Josh has got Fragile X syndrome and DiGeorge syndrome. So if you want to Google that up, they are a chromosome genetic learning disability, um, deformity. He was very early on. Each boy, Jordan, Josh and Joe, were diagnosed very early. Josh was diagnosed at 4 with having some learning difficulties, and then it was through a blood test that he was diagnosed with the Fragile X syndrome, which, what I know about, it is passed from mother to daughter but only shows up in sons. So I have got a sister, but she's got 2 daughters, so the gene was passed from my mum to me, and because I had boys, there was a 50-50 chance that one of them would have this Fragile X syndrome. And Josh was, I'm going to say, the lucky one. I'm not going to say the unlucky one, because yes, his understanding of the world is very different to me, to Steve. I mean, saying that, that's everybody understands the world and understands something a little bit different to what I do, you do, you know. So Josh's understanding is a bit different, but he is a wonderful person. He is so kind, he is so loving. He's struggled, he has struggled. He hasn't got many friends. He's got one real decent friend that comes round and sees him. He has major anxiety about going out to the local town. He won't go food shopping or anything like this. This is why I buy his food. And if you have a child with learning difficulties or disabilities, they are put under a paediatric care, whether they need medication help or whether they just need social help. But obviously when they turn 18, they don't go, then go to, then in the UK they go to then the learning disability team or the mental health team. And the one thing that they needed to find out with Joshua is his mental age range, where on what aspects of his life is he not fully there. And so him and Steve went to an appointment in Mansfield in August. Didn't go well. The test went okay. There's a range of activities, mental test, number sequences, pattern sequences. But obviously at the moment in the UK, we are still wearing masks. That's another thing I'm going to get to and all. We're wearing masks when we're out in small confined spaces. So this was in a building in a room, and there was Josh, there was Steve, and there was Joshua's learning disability helper, teacher, whatever you want to call him. And the travel ride there, it was very warm that day. But Josh obviously travelled there from Newark, and I think it's about 16 miles. Again, geography, you know, not my best point either. So I'm sure Steve will put it somewhere. So he travelled there, that was all fine, but then getting into a little room and it being warm, Josh is one of these that when he needs to say he's in a situation and he gets asked a question, and me and Steve, or me or Steve, are with him, and he doesn't understand the question or he doesn't know how to answer, he'll look at me or Steve as though to say, can you help me? But this being Joshua's test, Steve had to kind of sit back and not say anything, because obviously they need to know Joshua's mental capacity, not Steve's. So he was getting then quite flustered, very upset with himself, which with the mask on, it didn't help him whatsoever. It made him poorly. The travel ride back, he was feeling very sick. So it took him a couple of days to get over that and just calm down. And, you know, we had to explain to him, obviously, Steve couldn't help you. It was something that you had to do by yourself, even though it was hard. But yeah, it's not a nice situation. Steve did get upset and say I hated seeing it, because obviously we want to help them. We want to, as any parent, whether you're step parent or parent, you know, you want to protect. And when you see someone getting upset or flustered with themselves because you know that they just can't answer a number sequence, or I'll give you one example. One of the questions was, what do red and green have in common? And the answer is, and I'm not going to say obviously, the answer is their colours. But Josh couldn't grasp that. He couldn't understand. He was he was like trying to give examples that, you know, they make different colours, or he just couldn't understand that concept of they're just cutlery, they're just colours. Another one I was just going to say was, what do a fork and knife have in common? And they're cutlery. But to Josh it was, well, you eat your dinner with a fork, and you know you eat pudding with a spoon. The concept of they're just cutlery, he couldn't grasp that. So we're just waiting on that test to come through on then understanding Joshua's needs, and obviously this will help him in the future as well. I mean, I'm going to say, I don't think that Josh, if Josh ever left home, and he is 20 now, I think that he would need very much external help with carers. I mean, he can't control money. He doesn't understand the concept of money, and I think he would be one of these that would be taken advantage of. You know, if to count change, he wouldn't, you know, he would believe that the change he was given is the right change. So he, you know, things with shopping, like I said, he has anxiety going uptown, so he would need a carer to go uptown with him and do his food shop, pay his bills. So it's that thing. At the moment he's very happy, he's at home, and me and Steve basically, you know, care for him. That's, well, that's our job. We're his parents, and that's the way it is. So that was Joshua. We went to Skegness. I enjoyed the night away. Obviously I will link up here why I don't celebrate my birthday, but me and Steve decided to go to Skegness for the night. Ate some really naughty food and regretted it a couple of days after. Became really poorly, physically poorly as well. And it is my fault, but you know, I need a bit of enjoyment because of, you know, I've been very strict on my diet. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to put a picture up in a couple of minutes of actually a picture of me before my diet, and the latest picture I took when I went to a family meal. Again, this was part of the birthday week that I had. We had like a family meal, so I'll leave that link in just about here. And as you can see, the transformation of me before and now is very different. I am still carrying on with that as well, so I will discuss that. But yeah, I had my birthday week, enjoyed it. I got a little ring that's on a video. I'll again link that up here, that Steve bought me, and a little teddy that said Skegness on the feet. Absolutely love that. I received my mouse off my brother. So again, that was another treat that wasn't expected, but absolutely adore it. I love that little mouse. So yeah, that was my birthday week. Again, not feeling very well. So I tell you what, August has been a very much a yo-yo of emotions. Weird thing is, we haven't had a real summer either. We've had thunder in August. The weather this month has been absolutely mad. To normally say August is UK's British summertime, we've had every weather apart from, I think, a couple of days of sunshine. I think our summer kind of came and went at the beginning of lockdown. Really mad to be sitting there listening to thunder in summertime. So that was a bit crazy. I'm just gonna skip to then like the mask thing that I mentioned before. Now we've been told in the UK that when we go shopping, so if you go into a shop, you have now got to wear a mask unless you are medically exempt. So I did mention in my B&M video that Steve is exempt, so are the boys, because they have learning problems, and I think having a mask on would give them major anxiety. Apart from me, I'm the only one in the house that has to wear a mask, which is quite annoying because I get this nice little sweat tash. It's beautiful. So yeah, but we have to wear a mask when we go out to the shop, which I find really, really confusing, because we can go to a pub and we can sit in a pub. I'm not personally, I don't drink, but Steve has been out with the boys. He went with next door, and you can go out to a pub and sit in a pub and have a pint and not worried about a mask. But as soon as you go food shopping, you have to wear a mask on or put a mask on. Another confusing thing is that when I've gone into shops in Newark, it depends on the shop, on the shop sales assistant wearing a mask as well. So like some do, some don't. So it's like it's very confusing. It's like, well, I'm having to wear a mask, shouldn't you? I understand if you're medically exempt, you don't have to wear a mask either. But I just don't get this. Well, you can walk into a pub and not wear a mask, but then you go food shopping, which is in a bigger, normally, you know, I understand the little corner shops, I get that, but your supermarkets are very big, bigger than what a pub is, a lot more space than what a pub is, but you have to wear a mask. That confuses me. That's one of those where I go, huh? So yeah, yeah, I don't get that at all. I think, to be honest, since lockdown, the government have been very shady about what we should and shouldn't be doing, and it's like they'll tell you but kind of veer off. You know, you can, it's, and I think people then get confused by that, because then I think, me personally, I would want, right, this is what's happening, this is what you have to do, this is what you're not allowed to do. But instead they kind of go, well, you can do this, but then you can do this, and you're like, but they've just conflicted what they've said, and you're like, okay. I don't get that. Another update, I had my ears pierced. I have going up the ear. I had this one done ages ago, this top one, and I had two more done. Again, another vlog that I had these done, all recovered well. I keep changing them up. I had all daisies in here, and now I've got like a bit of of studs. Still some of the daisies I have a change up, which I think is nice. I would like to have this bit done here as well, so I'm bracing myself for that one. So because I know what that one kind of did a bit tingy. But also talking of like body changing, Steve and Jordan had some tattoos. Steve had a cover up and Jordan had one on his arm. Again, I'll leave the pictures here. So as you can see, Steve had a cover up on his arm, and Jordan he loves his Marvel, and he had the Marvel tattoo. So they're recovering, they're healing, should I say, not recovering, but they're healing, they're looking good, applying the creams that they should do to obviously make them not as scabby, because it is like a scab. But yeah, so that's another thing. So to be honest, that's about it for this month. Lot more content. So I'm just going to give you a brief description of the video. Now that I've had my channel for about 6 weeks now, 5-6 weeks, I've kind of got in a rhythm of what I'm doing. So a bit like a TV channel, you don't have just one. Oh no, I've got a hair. You don't just have one program on a TV channel, and I didn't want my channel to be one solely just one thing. So I have Dolly's Digest, which is at the end of every month I'm going to have a natter with you all about what I've been doing, as I said, what I've just done. There is Dolly's Dailies, where I will do little reviews, probably with like Steve and Jordan and Josh. Joe don't want to come on video. He don't mind talking, but he doesn't want to be seen, which is fine. I respect his opinion on that. So that was like the sour sweets and the hell drink that you saw. Then there's Dolly's reviews. So this is when I did the glossy box, and don't forget that in September there will be another glossy box on Dolly's reviews and a giveaway, so keep watching. So yeah, and I did a new plumping shots from Avon. I did a review on them. And then there's the wonderful life of Dolly, so that's my weekly vlog where you'll see Steve, my mum, a bit of the boys. You saw Des, just basically what I get up to. So, and I quite like that there's a bit of variety. So on a Sunday I put up the wonderful life of Dolly. That will be done, I edit that on a Saturday, ready for Sunday. These Dolly's Digest go up at the end of every month, so obviously this will go up at the end of August. There'll be one at the end of September, and then either Dolly's Dailies and Dolly's Reviews will go up midweek time. So I have got a few products that I am waiting to come, and I do buy these out of my own coin. I have got an affiliate link with a company that I have brought off them. I have got an affiliate link, but I want to try the products first before I put the video out there to say, yes, I like these products, go and buy them and use my link. As you know, with affiliate links, I do get a little bit of commission if you click on the link and use my link to go to the web page. So if you decide to do that, I do appreciate that. So yeah, I'm waiting for bits to come. I've brought a few bits. I think there's a hair thing that I've brought that I'm waiting. As I said, this company that I've brought with, that I'm waiting for. And so basically I'm just waiting for bits to come in now so I can start making some more videos. There is another Dolly's Dailies coming out with Josh and Steve and myself. We've just got to video that. And then that's about it really. And also thank you to my subscribers. I know there's not many compared to the James Charles and the Jeffree Star and, you know, the big gaming ones. I don't know any, I'm sorry, because I'm not a gamer. I'm sure the boys would know as they're gaming. There's a lot with thousands of subscribers, but to my little few, all I'm going to say is thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I find it still gobsmacking that even though there's like 38, 37, something like that, that you want to watch my videos. I love it. I think it's lovely. So yeah, and just thank you very much. All I'm gonna say as well is I've done this makeup look today, and if you want to see how I did that, then carry on watching because it's coming up next. And thank you very much to everybody. Thank you for watching, thank you for liking. Don't forget to subscribe. There's still quite a lot of you that watch, and I must admit, now that now that I've got my channel, I see it, but a lot of people watch and then don't subscribe. So please subscribe, leave a comment because I will reply, and I will see you at the end of September with another Dolly's Dailies, but I'm sure there'll be more content to come. So see you all soon. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Yeah. temptation within. Mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Yeah. jack it up.